Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spirit and Destiny's first Instagram Live. And today I'm going to be joined by Claire, and she's ready and waiting. Hey!
Hi Charlotte, you all right?
Hi, how are you?
I am so excited to hear that I'm on the first ever Spirit and Destiny Live on
Oh,
Instagram. I'm well
excited,
chuffed.
nervous. Will this
Uh,
work? So far. I
we made it, we're here.
did lots of research. I'm learning all about my social media, and it's lovely to have you on board.
Oh,
A a big part of Spirit and Destiny. You're one of our experts, so hopefully a lot of our readers will be familiar with you. And we're telling your story in the March issue. So I think it's time that we all get to know you a bit better, say hello, have a chat. And just lovely to have you on board, really lovely. It's been exciting planning this and getting it all sorted. So lovely to see your face finally.
oh, thank you so much, and I'm excited to be here as well.
So how are you? How's everything going?
Yeah, it's all going good, homeschooling, running a business,
Yeah.
all in a day's work. Yeah.
Yeah, meetings with bosses this morning, dogs barking. It's all going off, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we're doing our best, aren't we?
We are. And also, I mean, you've got plenty to be doing. I When we were setting this up and we decided to send out something to let everyone know we were doing this, it was hard to decide what to put as to describe you because the list is phenomenal. We've got and I picked some of this up from Instagram. Angel lover, 100%. Hay House author, founder of Angel Mystery School, psychic reader, workshop and retreats, mum, wife, S&D psychic development expert. I mean, the list is endless, but
Well,
you love doing it, don't you? You have such a passion for it.
spirituality is my life. I've always been interested, even when I was as young as 7 or 8 years old. I was asking, I was brought up a Christian, by the way, but it didn't feel right. The teachings that they taught me, it felt like something was missing. So I would be asking God, what's the meaning of life? Why I'm here? I've always been a really curious person, and that's why I've studied so many different things. But the angels and psychic development, they get me really excited. You could have me on here all day and I'd still wouldn't get it all out.
And it's fantastic because we tell your story in the March issue about how this all came about and how the angels introduced themselves to you and started your journey. And it's such a and then it's endless. It just keeps on coming throughout life, and what you've learned and what you're now bringing to other people is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And how we can contact our guides, our angel guides, and the angels and divine feminine, and it's all tied in together, isn't it?
It is. And, you've probably seen from my bio that I've been a psychic reader for over 20 years. But now, the last few years, the angels have wanted me to change this in a way. So instead of me giving readings to other people, the angels want this direct communication. So that's why the psychic development and working with angels, it goes so nice hand in hand, because people need to be re-empowered and know that we can all do this. We all have these gifts. We've just been raised in a way that maybe we think it's not real, it's not reality, it's fantasy. In some situations like mine, I was told by the church it was devil's work, it's you shouldn't go down there. And as well, even in schools, the way that we're taught to use our brain, it's always logical thinking instead of creative, intuitive thinking. But all that is changing now, and it's really exciting times, isn't it, to see how much interest there is in spiritual development.
The interest is phenomenal, and as you said, and from talking to a lot of our experts, they all keep saying the same thing. There is this awakening, that we are in this moment and that we are all part of this real awakening, and that everyone has this in them. It's just that life creates that blocker, that everything that's going on around us is just the noise, the static. To the uncomfortable, don't they?
I lost you there for a second, but you're back now.
Good. They say, as you said, find the blessing in the burden.
Yeah.
They say live in the uncomfortable moments, don't they? Because they actually will teach us the lessons that are probably sometimes most important.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's, you know, when we go through stress and difficult periods in life, there's always an opportunity to polish your spirit within that. So it's being ground down to find that hidden gem within you. It's like these, because you know, when there's a tragedy or something terrible occurs, that's when people are more likely to have a spiritual awakening, because they get so crushed that it's like, this cannot be life. Somebody help me. And this is very often what inspires people to call upon angels or to start saying prayers. But you know, why not do it now? Because all of this wisdom, it is just, it helps us to get through the day-to-day things.
And that's one thing I wanted to ask you that works really well, is through the year that we've had, and we're nearly coming up to a year of lockdowns, working from home, homeschooling, is there a sort of spiritual tidbit that you've taken from this, something that you've learned during this time?
Definitely. I mean, as well, in January last year, my mum unexpectedly passed away. She was only 56. So the last 12 months for me has made me realise that my soul is immortal, but this lifetime on earth, this will be gone in a flash. So it's made me realise that I need to really live now. And only a couple of nights ago, I was doing an exercise and I was asking my kids, I didn't want to say to them, I did say this to my husband. I said, you know, if you were told you only had 12 months left to live, you're not going to be ill, you're going to be well like you are now, but what would you do? Where would you go? Obviously, we're in a lockdown, but what are these things that you would do? And I said to my children, imagine, because I had to make it fun, imagine the aliens were coming from another planet. We only had 1 year to live on this planet, then we'd be moving on to another one. What would you like to see? What would you like to do? Because what this has taught me more than ever, it's bringing me back to the basics about being present and being in the now. This is your life right now. It's not a practice run. So we can become a bit complacent. Everybody's guilty of that. And, you know, we can, and even there's a bit of this spiritual, oh, well, I'll be reincarnated, I can do that next time. We can all get a little bit, you know, I call that one. Spirit guides don't think that's a funny one. But, you know, really, it's all about now. The only thing that is real is now, and it's about bringing every aspect of you into this moment, even if you're in physical pain, even if you're suffering, but to feel it and to embrace it.
Because it will teach you, it will make you stronger, you will grow from it.
Yeah.
But that's a really hard thing sometimes, isn't it, when you are suffering, to tell yourself that and acknowledge that. And then that's where mindfulness comes into it, and living in that present moment.
Yeah, I mean, that's when we need to get back to basics. And well, thank you for the air I'm breathing. Thank you for the water in my taps. Thank you for my children. That, you know, we can all get to them moments where it is so bleak that we need to come right back to the fact that, well, actually, I'm alive. Like every morning when I wake up, I think, thank you, I've got another day. That's what the last 12 months has taught me. Appreciating every single day is a blessing.
And that grounds you, it brings you back to that moment. And then, as we say, that also opens you up to the higher realms. It opens you up to contact with your guides and the angels, and it takes away all the chaos, doesn't it?
as well, a lot of the chaos that we create is because we're either comparing what's happened in the past, or we are guessing what's going to happen in the future. So that causes most of our suffering anyway. If we can just be here now, that takes away so much worry, because as well, a lot of the times we worry about doing things and then they're not usually as bad as we think they're going to be as well.
Yeah, they are. We compound the situation ourselves, don't we?
Yeah.
We live in our own heads and we fret and we worry, and then we're all guilty of that, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, the angels are saying it's 11:11 and everyone watching should make a wish.
11:11 is my favorite number at the moment. It keeps cropping up a lot.
Yeah,
a hell of a lot. So has everyone made a wish? We've got a lot of people live and they are all waving and saying hello. So I hope everyone has taken a moment there, please.
Hey everyone, make your angel wishes. It's 11:11.
We've got people. Oh, there we go. We've got all sorts of people saying hello. We've got people in Australia. 21:11 here. So 11:11 still. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you all. Hello for joining in. And if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in. We can have a chat and see what comes up as well. But I've got all sorts of bits that I wanted to ask you. I know that you're very much your purpose and one of your missions is about aligning people with their true purpose, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you feel everyone has that true purpose. It's just that they have to work to find it, and the guides and angels can help them with that, can't they?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Where I am at the moment with that is, rather than my purpose is to be a healer or my purpose is to be this, our ultimate purpose is our ascension. It's our awakening. Spiritual enlightenment is the ultimate destination, and it's so fascinating to study crystals and angels and all these different, so much exciting stuff. But ultimately, the destination is realizing who we are and our spiritual nature.
And why do you think that we seem to be going through this awakening now? It just seems such a powerful time.
Yeah, well, this time it's actually an astrological cycle, and it's called the precession of the equinox. And so basically, every 2,600 years approximately, we shift between the ages. So the last 2,600 years, we were in the age of Pisces. So that's why the fish is symbolic with Christianity, with Jesus, because it's Pisces. So astrologically, we are on the cusp of the age of Aquarius, and that is the prophesized time of the age of enlightenment, because it is the return of the divine feminine. That has been the missing piece of the puzzle for spirituality. We've been living a half-truth. We've been taught all this masculine stuff, and the feminine has been suppressed and hidden. But now, because of the astrological influences, it was going to happen now. It was always going to happen now. And that's why there's this rise. And that's why everybody's learning so quickly as well. You know, about 20 years ago, if I was trying to manifest something, it would take ages. Now, like literally, there's hardly any effort. And it's like these superpowers we're being fed from the universe, so we can manifest things really, really quick, because it's so important that we do wake up and we embrace this really exciting time.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, everyone has felt slightly out of whack because the masculine energy has been so powerful, and we've been doing a lot about finding the balance between that masculine and feminine, because once you have that balance, things just it's like everything you touch turns to gold, and the connection is insane. It's like this clear, you know, sort of direct line to the heavenly realms, and suddenly, as you said, manifestation and affirmations are working, and it all just happens. It's so fascinating, and I think so many people who aren't familiar with what we do are sort of feeling this shift in energy, aren't they? And now they're starting to explore it. And then we come in and help them with that.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think we've got a couple of questions. So Nature in a Bottle, she has asked, how do you align yourself with your purpose?
Oh, so, well, by just aligning with yourself, I would say. So sitting with yourself in meditation every single day, and you will align with your purpose. You need to be still, you need to be present and not so much distracted. I mean, I was telling, I've got an online angel membership. It's called Angel Mystery School. And I was telling them, we have prayers every Tuesday. And I said to them, up your meditations. I was only doing one a day, but since January, I've been doing 2. And I said, honestly, I like, even what I do has gone next level because of this extra meditation. It's really just pulling me back, aligning me. And I've been having, I was a lucid dreamer anyway, but this is like some inception stuff. I've been lucid in a dream. It has gone off the chart.
Whoa. And I do meditation every morning, but upping it, that's a good one, and one that hopefully you could start to slip into a daily routine.
Yeah, and I would also say, rather than a guided meditation, so a guided meditation kind of takes you out there, and it can take you into your head. But if you do an internalized meditation, that's when you're going to align with your higher self. You're going to align all your energy bodies, your chakras, and that is when you start knowing your purpose, as in who you are on a soul level. And then if she was asking on a level of what's my purpose, such as career, then I would always say, go with your passion. What is it that, you know, it doesn't matter how far-fetched your dream may seem. I always dreamed of being a Hay House author, and now I am. Dreams come true. As long, you just need to realize, get your pen and paper out, write down, what is it that I love doing? What gets me excited? If there was no obstacles, if you know, no finances or training courses, if there's no obstacle at all, what is it that I would be doing? And then you start doing small things, little baby steps towards achieving that. That in combination with your meditation, and it doesn't happen overnight. You know, it took, well, I'll tell you about Spirit and Destiny magazine. I've got a friend called Gemma, and we always make vision boards. So does me and my husband. We always do one on New Year's Eve. But I went round to Gemma's, we bought our new white canvases and said, right, I want a column in Spirit and Destiny magazine. This was laughable because I wasn't an author, didn't, nothing. And I had a copy of the magazine. I cut it out, glued it onto the thing. And then we got distracted because we had our kids and stuff like that with us. I took it home, did nothing else, no magic rituals or nothing, stuffed it under stairs, this canvas with Spirit and Destiny glued to it. And then about 2 years later, Tracy Cooper got in touch and said one of our journalists would like to come on one of your events for the Tried and Tested. And it went from there. But, you know, that was maybe 5 years ago. And I've only had this position of one of the experts. It's not a proper column. But I've got this regular feature now. So you've got to be patient and keep persevering. And things just blossom and grow, don't they?
They do. And you'd be surprised how many of our columnists have said, oh, I manifested this. I asked for this. And it's madness how we come across people, and people come into our line of vision and it's something's working, because they'll say, oh right, I'll dust off that vision board that's under the stairs, look, Spirit and Destiny on there. Or I was talking to my angels about you, and they said I was going to get a call from, and the hands are working, and they're bringing us together, and that's what I love. I love it. I love manifestation and opening yourself up to what is your potential.
Yeah.
And I think what you were saying about what you love. It's listening to your intuition, isn't it? It's really listening to what's in your heart, and that will guide you to your own purpose.
Yeah,
And
it's going
yeah,
into.
going into yourself and sitting with yourself. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. How would you say that you can get more comfortable with sitting with yourself and that internal monologue and all of those things that go on in our heads?
Well, at first it is difficult and your thoughts get in the way. You know, I've gone through periods where, you know, something's happening in life and I've done my meditation 4 days on a row and I've still been chattering. We all
Oh, yeah.
go through that. We've got
Mhm.
human life, you know, we all have problems. No one escapes life, do they? And it's just showing up. That is the answer, just showing up. And I used to imagine if there was thoughts going off, I used to imagine like a volume being turning it down. And then other times I've gone through phases where, because I know the chatter is my inner child, so I
Mhm.
will say, okay, Claire, I heard that. You're all right now. And then that little voice that's going, it tends to quieten down. Or you can just simply observe it without any judgment at all, because you can't get rid of your thoughts.
I know,
Your
no.
thoughts are always there. So coming
Always.
back, the breath is good as well, using the power of your breath and
Focusing on
just doing it, and it gets easier, and then it becomes a joy. It becomes where you cannot wait to do your meditation. But I have been there. In the beginning I used to practice meditation on and off, so I'd do it religiously for a month and then I wouldn't do it for 2 months, and then I would kind of dread, oh, can't do it, it's exhausting. I went on a meditation retreat at Chalice Well when I was 18. This was like back in the day, and it was a silent meditation for a whole week. And we all had to keep going for naps. We were exhausted because of that battle with, you know, our thinking, because we weren't all religious meditation practitioners. We just thought like, we need to start meditating. So we were all knackered at first, but it was really interesting because towards the end of the week, we were all communicating telepathically. That was really something.
because you'd managed to make that space, hadn't
Yeah,
you? And
yeah, and it
and
was
and
silence.
and it truly is hard. I battle with it every morning when I sit down to meditate. And there are some days where I will come out of the meditation and be like, oh, that was. And then there'll be other days where I'll just be like, well, there was everything going on in here, and I can't even remember the meditation because my
Yeah,
mind's been racing so much. But I think that's a lovely thing is that you said, just showing up, because just showing up will fill you with that pride and that
yeah,
I can do. Some days it might not be at 100%. Some days it's going to be a battle, but I showed up and I did it.
yeah,
Why it's called a practice, isn't it? We have to keep
yeah.
practicing it.
If I have a
We've had,
rubbish meditation, I will say, when I come out of it, I'll say, I won't be annoyed with myself, I'll love myself, and I'll say, well done, you still did it.
yeah, exactly. Don't berate yourself. Don't make yourself feel bad. You know, if your thoughts are whirring, it's not a bad thing. At least you did it. And
Yeah.
that's a nice thing for people to remember, because we always feel badly about it and we always tell ourselves off and we shouldn't. We've got another question from a lady here, Oda Harry, and she says that can you ask the angels for advice? I'm a frontline nurse afraid of working with COVID patients. Do they have any help? Well, I know they're going to be looking down on you, and I know you will probably have some great advice for her, Claire.
Well, what I would do if I was you, and what I'm doing anyway, is calling in the angels of healing, Archangel Raphael and Archaea Mary. Archaea is the feminine term for archangel. And these angels are literally cocooning our planet with all this healing energy. For reasons I don't know, whatever is going on, there is higher meaning to everything which I don't understand. We don't all understand. You know, that's part of the mystery. But the angels are definitely helping, and I would call them in every day before you go into work. I've got a prayer. It's on my Instagram page. It's not that far away. I pray to Archangel Raphael. If you want to put it on, you can make it into a screensaver, and just imagine yourself in this beautiful emerald green light of the angels, and you just go in and do what you do. And the angels, they are really, really helping. Remember, we all, we live under the law of free will. So that's why we have to keep asking, thank you angels, keep asking and asking, and they are doing their best.
One thing that we always say is that the angels are there, they're just waiting for you to invite them in.
Yeah.
And they're there and they're waiting, and they're there to help. But sometimes we're just not, we're not open at the moment. But as you say, it's offering up that prayer. That's your little shout out to them, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got so many people. We've got some of these names I'm probably butchering, so I am sorry. Vakind 40, he says, I always talk to my angels and they never let me down.
Yay, love that.
Patricia Rigby 9 is saying, how do I connect with angels?
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen, I was on a TV show just before Christmas called Steph's Packed Lunch on Channel 4, and I did what I called it the angel experiment. And the first thing that I ask people to do when they want to connect to angels is to set the intention. That is the first step. I also call the intention the invitation. So you need to invite these angels into your life. Now, I am aware that not everybody can see, hear, or sense angels. It might be like there's nobody there at all. So what I suggest you do is to sit in a meditation. Maybe you could go onto Steph's Packed Lunch and do the actual exercise that I did on TV. And you just literally sit in your meditation, expand your, I call it your orb of light. It's your own energy. What other mediums call it sitting in your power. Expand that bubble of light around you, fill it up, and then just say a prayer. Ask guardian angel, step into my orb of light. And imagine your angel putting their hands on your shoulders and just filling your heart with love. Set that intention, even if you can't sense, see anything at all, do it. But then I always say, ask for a confirmation in the physical world. And this is where it gets really fun and really encouraging for people who have not got awakened psychic abilities, because everyone communicates with angels, even if you can't see them or hear them. So I had everyone think of something totally random. So one person asked for a teapot, someone asked for a blue feather. It's not the easy iconic white feather. We want to make it hard for, it's not, nothing's hard for the angels, the miracle workers, but we want to make it so that we 100% have no doubt that an angel has brought us that sign, okay? So you then, in a prayer, ask the angel, okay, angel, if you're really there, can you please send me this? Tell them what you want to see, and then let it go. If you cling on to it, if you're like looking, oh, is it there? You push it away. You just allow it to come and allow yourself to be surprised. So just do it.
And I think that for everyone who's watching is a fantastic little, let's try it, because it would be lovely in the comments to hear what appears, what the angels send you, because the stories we've done over the years, people have been sent amazing signs.
Yeah.
And you've but as you say, you can't be looking for it. Let it go and leave it with the angels, and be assured that it will come, it will arrive. And they're cheeky little things. They can do some surprising things, can't they?
Well, when I was in the studio on that TV show, that was the lady who asked for a teapot, and she said, is it really stupid to ask the angels to manifest a teapot in the physical world? And I said, no, that's really good. And right on cue, a woman walks into the studio with a tray with a Christmas pudding teapot and all these little cups on. So I'm just pointing and I said, there's your teapot. And she turned around, she was like, oh, wow. Her mum did it at home. She got hers.
Wow.
I hadn't even got out of that studio and my Instagram was blowing up with stories. Someone asked to see an orange mini. They'd sent me a photo of it. Someone asked to see an elephant. It was the programme that was on after me. It was just, I don't know these people, but it was incredible to hear that they'd said in a prayer to their angel, can you show me this week? If you give them a week, if you're real, can you bring this to me in the physical world? And then they're seeing it either in somebody shared it or it's on a kid's t-shirt.
Yeah.
It's on a documentary. It can show up in many, many ways.
Yeah, that's what I think, you know, it's and it's usually in the oddest place as well, but it will show up. And then, and you'll know because you get that, I say sort of a tingling feeling. There'll be something that will make you realise that that's the communication from the angels.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
And remember to say thank you when you get it.
Yes. We've got ladies doing their vision boards, which is lovely. I hope you're listening along to us while you're doing it. That's a fun thing. Hopefully we're giving you some ideas. We've got lots of people saying hello. We've got someone who's tuned in from the US.
Oh, very
and we've
nice.
got Eve Rose 333. She says that your book has helped her connect. And there it is. So this is your book with Hay House.
Yeah, the female archangels. Reclaim your power with the lost teachings of the divine feminine. The Amazon link's in my bio.
Perfect. And this is looking at the female archangels, which people aren't as familiar with, would you say? But they have they're an amazing band of angels, aren't they?
Yeah, they are coming to the forefront now because we are opening up to the divine feminine. So they've been there all along. We just didn't have the eyes to see them. But now there's so many people interested in the Sisterhood of the Rose, Mary Magdalene. We're like, you know, who are these amazing goddess women? And because we are open to that, now the angels of the divine feminine, the Archaea, they are available to us now as well. And they're helping us with this shift of Aquarius.
And they work alongside the male archangels that we know and love.
Yeah.
But bring along even more energies and expertise. We can tap into them and work with them.
Yeah.
With the archangels are on their own, can't we?
Absolutely. I mean, the way I see it is just a different way of working with them. So where you might call in Archangel Michael for protection, the feminine archangel of Michael's ray, the blue ray, is Archaea Faith, or you can call her Lady Faith, because you might hear Archangel Michael being referred to as Lord Michael or Saint Michael. So you could call him Faith, but rather than you calling in an external energy for protection, Faith teaches you how to get that within yourself, how you can express that protection from within rather than without. So it's a different way of working with angels, and I feel it's more empowering because they know we're ready to up our game. They know that, and that's what the female archangels are showing us.
They're a band of gals waiting to get our backs, aren't they? Ready and waiting.
Yeah,
we've got A Aesthetics 23 has just ordered your book.
Yay,
she's
thank
very
you.
excited. Says I'm very excited. I'm so excited to find myself again through the angels, and a fab read, and also to pick up Claire's story and read that as well. So inspiring, and just shows you the power that the angels have. Nature in a Bottle says that she asked for a large black and white feather, and it's just appeared in front of her.
Yay!
Fabulous. We've got so many people. Hello from New York City. Good morning, afternoon, evening.
It's 5 hours difference, but I'm not sure which way. I can't remember.
Not sure which way, sorry, but lovely to have you here with us. Thank you so much. So we've got a lady here who asked for an orangutan It took a while, and then I saw them everywhere.
Love it.
You just got to ask for something peculiar, and these are fabulous. It's lovely to hear what you guys have been doing and how the angels have then turned up and provided these things to you.
Yeah.
It's so inspiring, and I think that's what's lovely, to have all these people and share their stories. We've got someone who's just got their first angel card deck. Now that's a good way to contact the angels, isn't it? Working with a deck.
Yeah, definitely. Especially, like I said earlier, if you're not clairvoyant or clairaudient, you can't see and hear angels, then that's another fantastic way that you can get a message from the angels. So I always say, in the morning, light a little candle, some incense, say your prayer, put your psychic protection on, and then you might want to say, right, angels, what do you want me to know today? And pick a card, and it's self-explanatory, isn't it, with a card?
Great way to start a day. Great way to start exploring your intuition as well and working with the cards, isn't it? Because they are, work with the guidebook so that you start to understand, but the interpretations that you then gain from them are fantastic too.
Yeah.
And a great way to open up that connection, definitely. Debbie Louise 14 says that she's working with Archangel Raphael and the Healing Angels, and she's part of your angel school. So you run, it's the Angel Mystery School, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all online, and people from all over the world are part of this, aren't they?
Oh yeah, we've got people Australia, America, Malaysia, all over the world.
And what sort of things are you working on at the moment?
Well, working on Raphael this month.
Yeah, doing our homework. Well done, Debbie. You're doing your homework again.
So it's a 13-month accredited program.
Yeah.
And we work with an angel a month, and then there's also a theme of the month. So obviously the theme of the month is healing, because it's with Raphael. So you get your videos, which you do yourself, but we also have a live masterclass once a month, where we normally do a ritual. So our next ritual for February, it's on the 1st for Imbolc. Some people call it Imbolc. So we've got a ritual for that on the 1st, and then we're going to be working with Uriel. We're going to be doing psychometry, working with our solar plexus chakra, how to develop that sensitivity and how to protect from that sensitivity as well for empaths. So that's basically how it works. You get downloadable PDFs, and it opens up every 6 months. So it actually opens up in March, so more people can join in March, and then it's closed till September. And I've got an incredible group. I love my angels.
They are a lovely bunch, and so that's everybody who is considering wanting to work with angels and work with Claire. Good to put it in the diary. March, school opens up again. Claire's details, we can put them on this, and obviously if you follow our Instagram, you follow Claire's Instagram, make sure that you keep that in mind, because in March you can hopefully get a place on the school. Fingers crossed. Eve Rose, incredible book, a must-have. Lots of Hello Claire's, beautiful book. Hello from Norway. Hello. Fabulous. You all. It's lovely. I've moved my phone. Now everyone's going to feel a bit sicky because I've moved it. We've got love the book, Claire. I've done one of your courses. It was amazing. Amazing school. I love it. I've learnt so much. We've got all of your pals on here, all the school, everyone. You should be doing your homework, people. Patricia asks where that you can buy your book. Amazon. It's Hay House published. So Hay House's website and Amazon. Go to Claire's Instagram, and all your links are in the bio, aren't they?
They are, yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. Loving all the support and the kind words. Thank you so much.
So we're in January, nearly February, but what's this year got planned? Good question.
For me, I think this year is integrating, realigning, and I feel like this is wiping the slate clean and we've had this wake-up call. We're appreciating things more, we're appreciating our families, our life, what we've got, because we've lost so much. And this is where we reassess, reevaluate, so that our future from after this year is even better and better, because we're not taking things for granted like we might have done before.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a year to be grateful, contemplate what we have,
and healing, processing.
Definitely with the healing, and to contact our angels and have them work with us. They are such a gentle, loving energy, and they're here to care and guide, aren't they? And they love to do it. They're just waiting for that call.
Yeah, that's all they're waiting for.
I've been told that this is homework, because they're getting extra knowledge from you.
Oh.
Claire, we've got the most loveliest compliment. A wonderful guardian angel, Claire. You're the best.
Oh, bless. Well, it's all the angels. Thank the angels, not me.
Ah, your audiobook is read by you. So you can get it. So there is the audiobook version for people if they want that, which is lovely. Paperback, Kindle, all ways that you can get this book. We obviously speak about it in the piece that we're doing with you in March as well. So you can read Claire's story in March, which goes into a lot of depth about how you started work with the angels and how it's just snowballed from there. And then obviously you work with us. Well, we've always got you in the mag, haven't we?
Yeah.
Sharing your advice on psychic development. Yeah. And if anyone has any questions, they can write in and we put them to Claire and she can help you out, and then we'll print them in the magazine so you can find out what her answers are.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I've wrote it on my whiteboard so I didn't forget. Because then the angels have kind of took over our conversation, but in Spirit and Destiny magazine, I'm the psychic development expert. So I'll be answering all of your questions about third eyes and chakras and the clairs, anything psychic at all. Do message Spirit and Destiny with your questions, write in. Or you can even message my Instagram page as well, because we're always looking for them questions, aren't we? It's 5 questions every month.
Yeah, 5 questions. And the you know what I always say to people when they speak to me and they know what, you know, my interests are. No question is a silly question. Because you must have had some odd. We get asked some strange questions in this world, because people are so unfamiliar with it. So I think if you have a question and you're curious, ask it, because that's what we're here for, is to guide you through that spiritual journey.
Yeah, definitely.
Ask away. Yeah, we love it. We've got some more questions. We've got questions about the magazine, and I will answer those. You can get us in Australia and you can get us in America because you can subscribe to us. So I'll leave those details later on. What else have we got? I can't believe we've got so many people from all over the world. It's lovely to see you all, guys. America, Australia, Norway, madness.
I have actually bought your magazine and shipped it to Angel Mystery School members in America and other countries because they've wanted the free cards that have come with it.
Yeah, we do all our cover mounts and cards and bits and pieces. So I will definitely be I'll have a chat with everyone afterwards and let you know how you can get the magazine. Obviously you will want to read Claire's story in the March issue, and you can subscribe to us. All the information is in the Biog Spirit and Destiny's Instagram page. You can buy single copies or you can subscribe and get it shipped to you. And you will get to see and hear and read about Claire. We're monthly, and you're pretty much in it every month, aren't you? Sharing your advice, and I'm not complaining. I love it.
I was thinking before, Charlotte, if everyone watching who's got their eye on having a column in Spirit and Destiny, they're going to be these like bumper issues, aren't they, when they get the vision boards done?